Hello Gemini, this is Mona Lisa Tarot and my name is Kay. Today I am doing a twin flame soulmate union reading for the sign of Gemini. If you're not too familiar with the concept, soulmates, I believe, are souls that are in the same family that form contracts between lives to come back to Earth together and learn lessons from one another. Whether those be good, bad, pleasant, or unpleasant. They can be family members, friends, or lovers. Whereas a twin flame is a soul that has ascended to a point where it's enlightened enough to realize that it's learned pretty much, all of the lessons that it needs to, and now it wants to split into two halves and come back to Earth to teach others about love and to help others ascend. So twin flames, when they come together, even though they're two halves of the same soul, they've picked up a lot of earthly attachments and baggage along the way, and when they come together and meet, they often trigger each other to release. The whole point is to look at why you're being triggered as a soul, as a twin flame to such a degree. Go within and heal those wounds and work on yourself so that you can raise your vibration. And in doing so, you naturally attract your twin flame. As long as you still have a bunch of stuff in there that you're not willing to look at and work on and to heal yourself, Gemini, then the other person, you may come together physically for a time, and then something gets triggered that you thought maybe was taken care of, that you thought you had grown past, and bam, you separate again until you work on that and fix that, and then are hopefully able to come back together. And hopefully in this lifetime, for a final time where you reach union. That's what we all hope for ourselves and each other, right? However, I personally do not believe that everyone has a twin flame in this life, and I do not believe that they always come together in a union in this lifetime, unfortunately, but it can happen. And that's why we do these readings, to kind of get a deeper look at what's going on so that we're able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Identify what it is that we need to look at, okay? And what we maybe need to learn about the other person as well. Okay, Gemini. Same thing with Aries and Capricorn. I meant to put these on the table face up, and I didn't, so I'm going to flip as we go. If this reading resonates with you and you like it, then please show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to my channel, sharing, and tapping the notification button so that you'll be made aware of my future uploads. There's also information in the description box below as to where to send donations if you're so inclined, what decks I use, and what I'm going to attempt as a weekly schedule. This channel is very new, so bear with me as I work through some issues, and I will adjust my schedule as I see necessary as the week goes on. Okay, Gemini. Now, this came out reversed, so I'm wondering if I accidentally dealt the whole deck in reverse, in which case I'll just flip them, turn them all over, and it looks like I did. Well, sorry this is off to kind of an awkward start, Gemini, but I don't want to restart the video and reshuffle, because I believe that these are the cards that Spirit wanted us to see. So let me go ahead and turn them all around. Okay. Gemini, for your soulmate twin flame union, whichever one resonates with you more or you feel yourself to be involved in, we are starting with the Hermit. Major Arcana for Virgo energy. Next, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. the Ten of Wands, Sagittarius energy. We've got the Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy, major arcana. The Five of Swords, Aquarius energy. And I'm using the Tarot of Marseilles 2020 edition, by the way, for those who are interested. We've got the Knave of Cups. The Moon, major arcana for Cancerian Pisces energy. To me, as a reader. The Star, major arcana for Aquarius energy. And Temperance. 3 major arcanas you'll note on that bottom row, and that's Sagittarius energy. I'll flip over the final 2 cards after I interpret these for you, Gemini. So, this person is thinking that while this connection is very valuable and is perhaps an opportunity for a new start and a new beginning that will lead to some type of stability or security, it's been such a burden to this person that they want to just retreat and look within and figure out why this is happening and why they're feeling this way. They can't see the purpose right now or where this is leading. They're thinking if they just take things step by step. And the Hermit can refer to studying or learning about something. I don't always pick up that vibe. However, with this particular Hermit in this spread, Gemini, I am sensing that this person may even be doing some type of research, excuse me, looking online and discovering information about soulmates or twin flame connections. Because as I said, they do realize that this is the Ace of Pentacles, that it's a beautiful opportunity, but they do feel very heavily weighed down for some reason by it. It's possible that they have other responsibilities. It's possible that they're a very independent person who's been hurt, and their feelings, where love is supposed to be, joyful and light and blissful, this person is experiencing love as being painful and something that they kind of almost wish they didn't have to deal with. They feel this is very new, and they feel very inexperienced in love. Even if they're 50 years old and they've been married 3 times, it's possible that this is a unique feeling for this person they've never experienced before. And I'm not trying to be all over dramatic. It doesn't mean that, they've never loved anybody as much as you. While that could be true, it's a different type of love. They feel like it's a new experience for them. They're conflicted about it, and part of them knows that they're sabotaging this connection themselves. But this came as such a shock to them. If this person was really in the mindset of, so even though I'm seeing that page, that Knave of Cups in their feelings, it's almost like I can see this person being older or jaded or having been through a lot of relationships, because they didn't think that, they almost feel a sense of defeat, like that they let you get to them this way, Gemini. It brought down some belief that they had about themselves, of what they were capable of, what they could feel with another person. As a matter of fact, in their intentions, I see that they intend to keep it secret, that they have hope, that you're the real thing, that you could be a wish come true after all these things they've been through, realizing that fairy tales are not real. This could be a very cynical person, okay, Gemini, but they do, though, have hope that they're not quite able to squash, and they can't just forget or ignore this connection. With this going within with the Hermit and the Temperance on the opposite corner here, I'm sensing a vibe also of whether or not they believe in divine guidance. It's almost like they're hoping that, if it's not, then coincidence or whatever is going to step in and bless this union and cause it to become possible, to balance things out. This person's really struggling, Gemini. They do want to be with you on one level, but it's like they're in denial about it. They're afraid that if they let themselves feel these feelings and hope for this union with you, that they're going to get hurt again, and that would be it for them. That would just be it. The last straw. On some level, it's like they realize that you're the one, but instead of interpreting that to be, I should do something and go after this person, they're interpreting it as, well, then if I lose this one, I'm really screwed and my life will have no meaning, and so they're afraid to try. It doesn't mean that they won't. It doesn't mean this union will not come together. We're going to look at short and long-term outcomes. This I'm picking up maybe a little bit more of a twin flame union than a soulmate, but it can be either or. With 5 major arcana out of those 9 cards, that's one tip to me that is more of perhaps this divinely or spiritually guided union. And this is kind of a heavy energy, Gemini. So if you're in the spot where you're no contact with this person and you feel like they should be the one to reach out, keep in mind, and there was something similar in your love reading also, Gemini. You may want to check out the air signs love reading I did earlier, or yesterday I should say. But even if it's a different Gemini I'm speaking to now, or a different situation, if you feel on some level that you should wait for this person to reach out to you, keep in mind that you don't have to reach out to them saying, you're my soulmate, you're my twin flame, come back, I need you, I love you. You don't have to put yourself all out there. If you're concerned about this person's well-being, if you feel this person may be depressed or struggling, or they've recently been through something difficult, sometimes it's okay to just reach out an olive branch and say, I just want to let you know I was thinking about you. You don't have to respond, but I'd like, to communicate or to see how you're doing, so I'd love to hear from you, that type of thing. And sometimes, if that sounds like advice, I apologize. I'm not trying to tell anyone what to do, but I don't think there's anything you can do more proactive than that, Gemini, in the sense there's something that you need to specifically work on, or some action that you need to take to move this forward. This person may be stuck in this energy for a little while, and they're just going to have to, through going within, through hermit mode, they're going to have to come to some realizations, I'm sensing, and to grow. It's that triggering we were talking about in the introduction, where they have to face some things that need to be healed. And so, for our short-term outcome, next 2 to 6 weeks, we've got the Judgment in reverse. Oh wait, I forgot to flip this over. Okay, because remember all of them were upside down? I didn't flip these 2 back to the right side. Okay, that's a little bit better. Not that the Judgment, reverse would mean that you're never going to get together or whatever. This is just short term. But nevertheless, Judgment, Sagittarius, Scorpio energy to me as a reader. Judgment is about reconciling and reckoning things from the past. So it's possible this person's going to come out of this sooner than it's sort of looking like. Because it does look like they have a lot of issues. But then again, now I'm being drawn back to the Knave of Cups. And so they do feel like they do want to express some kind of feeling toward you. So it may start out small, but you may be hearing from this person. Also, especially if you do, like I said, take the initiative to extend an olive branch, I see you hearing back from this person, and maybe taking a little bit into account of what my part in this was and what your part in this was, and having a discussion about that for a long-term outcome. Well, I have to show you the card, and I have to tell you what it means, Gemini. I am seeing the Five of Pentacles here. Well, I'm not seeing it. That's what it is. The Five of Pentacles is Taurus energy, and it talks about feeling left out in the cold and being abandoned. Excuse me. I just lost my voice for a second. Okay. There is a very heavy energy to this reading, Gemini. I apologize. I just say, tell you what the cards say. Of course, tarot is for entertainment purposes only, and free will is always at play. Of course, it's not the most hopeful card to end on for a long-term outcome. It could be, not to sugarcoat, but let's look at a couple of different ways that could apply. It could be that this person is unable to pull themselves out of this fear, and therefore winds up in the cold because they were not able to meet this connection on the level that they should. It could be that this person has some type of financial loss. They lose money or a home, and things could either get worse, or it could wake them up to the realization that they do still have this soulmate or twin flame connection. And that's reaching a little far. And long-term outcomes don't mean necessarily final outcomes. Of course, we're going to check on the temperature of this connection for you, Gemini, once a week. And energy is constantly fluctuating. But I don't want to sit here and keep... I don't like to reuse the word sugarcoat, but I don't want to do that. There's really not anything else I can say. And even with some cards, they can have a positive or a negative vibe. The only thing you can really say positive about the Five of Pentacles is that when you're looking at it in the Rider-Waite depiction, which is most familiar with most people, there's the sense that there's still a light on in the church. These people are out in the cold and it's snowing, but right behind them there's this lit window. And so if this person is in denial, or they're just focusing on past pain or failed relationships, there is still a light, there is still hope, there is still a place they can go. And that's you, Gemini. But that doesn't mean that they're going to see that and they're going to go ask to be let back in. It is what it is, as they say. And Gemini, like I said, this is tarot. Everyone's situation is different. I apologize if my, reading triggered anyone or isn't very positive. But again, as a reader, and I like to think that I have integrity, I do say what I feel from the cards and what they are telling me. So, I'll see you again soon, Gemini. And I hope that you have a pleasant and safe week.